can't even physically say it. I officially am moving to Japan. Okay. I am moving to Japan, which is an insane thing to be saying out loud. It boggles the mind. I'm shell-shocked, genuinely. It hasn't hit me. It's not computing right now. As of June 17th, 2024, have received my visa to go and work in Japan. I will be moving to Kyoto and living there with a new job. I don't even know where to begin with all this, y'all. Like, this is something I sincerely didn't think was gonna happen. The process leading up to this was so long that I really didn't think it was gonna happen. To contextualize, I applied for this job back in November of 2023. I was still traveling last year. I was in Chengdu, China, and when I applied for this job, and I got the offer of acceptance December, I think 5th or something like that. It is now June 17th.
One eternity later.
I didn't entertain the possibility of it for months because it didn't seem like it was gonna happen. There were too many issues with securing a certificate of eligibility. I really didn't think that I would be able to say this, but I'll be moving to Kyoto, Japan as of July 6th is my flight. I'll be moving to Japan. It's insane to say, man. I don't even know what else there is to say. Like, well, I'm moving to Japan. And I'm handling it extremely well, obviously. Not even a touch of psychosis. Right now, you are getting me at my most incoherent. It was Father's Day yesterday. My family and I went out and had a really nice dinner and, a healthy amount of drinks. And so I just don't have two brain cells to rub together to begin the day with. And then something this monumentous happens for me. I have even fewer thoughts. Like, I cannot hold a thought in my head for longer than 3 seconds right now, as evidenced by just this incomprehensible rambling that is going on. But I wanted to give an earnest and genuine first reaction to this because it's a pretty big friggin' deal. I went to Japan for the first time last year, literally the first time. I had dreamed about it for decades, literally decades, and had been waiting to do Japan properly. I had spent 1 month in Tokyo, 2 months in Kyoto. That was my first time there, and I fell in love. And I realized completely, I've done enough reading and research and just general knowledge that living in Japan is very different from traveling in Japan. And so I'm going into this with neither eyes wide shut nor eyes wide open, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of really fun, healthy reality checks once I get there. But I have an understanding of what the difference in expectations is going to be in terms of living versus traveling. So I don't think I'm going into this very dewy-eyed and, naive. I think I have a pretty solid understanding that this is going to be a very different experience and demand very different things of me. I'm still in the process of putting out videos from my time in Japan last year, so I'm so backed up. It's been a crazy half year. I have not been able to do things is the short of it. But I'm hoping to continue putting out videos from my travels for last year, just from honestly just for me, so I have a record to look back on and be like, oh, when I was young. That's the main intent of the travel videos that I put out, is just to be able to remember and look back fondly on the experiences that I had. But now I'm gonna have to make new videos about moving to Japan. So I got a lot of content to create. There is so much that needs to happen in the next 3 weeks that I am having such an intense deer in headlights moment. Entirely honestly, I am freaking out. It became real very quickly. I had to get my mind wrapped around the fact that I actually would be moving to Japan, because for months and months and months and months, I sincerely didn't think it was happening. But now it is, and now I gotta figure out how to live in Japan. We have a when, we have a why, now it's just how. I'll be moving to work with a lifestyle brand there. I'm not going to share too many details about the company quite yet, just so just until I know what the situation of my permissions are. It really, really, really speaks to like my interests and the things that I hoped to be able to do in this world, because a large part of the work that I'll be doing will be connecting an international audience with the work of artisans in Japan, which is such a cool thing to be able to say and to be able to be a part of. So, job secured, step one, right? I gotta learn Japanese, y'all. I need to learn it quick. Yeah, so it's like I need to get a phone number, I need to get a bank account, I need to get a place to stay. I do have a place to land in terms of like initial accommodations. I don't even know, like I don't know what I don't know at this point. I do not speak any Japanese. I speak travelers, well, that's a lie. I speak some Japanese, and by some I mean that. I was in Japan for 3 months last year, and I did my like earnest best to learn what I could. And so in terms of like survival, daily survival language, I'm pretty okay with that. But anything that requires like setting up bank accounts and stuff, we're not there yet. So I need to make friends. But fortunately, because I had, spent a decent amount of time in Kyoto last year, I have some people on the ground that I have made acquaintances with and hope to reconnect with once I'm there, so that I can, get some insight into what it's like to live in Kyoto properly, and also hopefully rely on them for a bit of help. I intend to record the process of moving to Japan, and then my experience living there. The way that this all happened was so kismety and like serendipitous and like random, frankly, that I'm not really in a position to be giving a lot of advice to people on like how to move to Japan. Like I have zero advice, because the way that this has happened to me has been so chaotic. Nobody would want to go about it in the way I went about it. I don't think I'm going to be putting together any kind of like how to move to Kyoto, Japan type of videos in the near future, but I will be recording my experience of moving to Kyoto, Japan, for those who want to watch it for entertainment value. Let's see how this goes. I am hoping to remain open and positive and flexible during this experience, but at the end of the day, I am a person with anxiety, and so I cannot help but worry and stress, and so that is also going to be an organic part of this process, if we're being real. I'm just freaking out, man. I'm freaking out so hard. But all good things, right? This is exciting life and times. I have, 3 more weeks at my current job in my current house, and yeah. But I really truly, like, my main emotions really are excitement and relief. The making real of this opportunity is crazy. It's crazy that this is like happening. I'm gonna stop myself now, because I really don't have anything else to say that's coherent. Not that anything about this has been coherent, but holy crap, y'all. I'm gonna move to Japan. Y'all, this is gonna be bananas. But it's gonna be fun, and I'm gonna be fine, and it'll be great. I'm just gonna have cute little panic attacks along the way, but it'll be happy panic attacks. Anyway, fare thee well.